I have gotten a lot of questions lately on how we keep our grocery bill to $700 a month for our family of 7. Today, I'm going to share with you some tips that I use and you can use too. Hey there, I'm Brittany Flammer, a certified financial coach and the creator of Financial Fitness. First of all, we do not have any food allergies or aversions, aside from my kids not wanting to eat their veggies, which really helps keep the costs down. I used to recommend $100 per person per month for a budget. Now I recommend closer to $150 per month per person. This number does include more than just groceries. That also includes household items like toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies. Our typical budget is about $700 a month and we have a family of 7. If you're interested in seeing how I do our monthly budget, what our other numbers look like, check out, I'll have a video playing at the end or somewhere up here. I'll have a link every month. I share our monthly budget at the beginning of the month and then how we actually do at the end of the month. First tip is pre-packaged, prepared food is not for eating at home. Think things like goldfish packages, fruit snacks, granola bars, applesauce pouches. These are not to be eaten at home. These are for road trips or maybe for school lunches. But you pay a lot more money for the convenience of them being already in individual packages. You pay a lot more. When we're at home, we don't need that convenience. We can grab a plate, we can cut something up, we can grab a spoon. We don't need to pay extra for that. Meal planning is huge. This is probably the biggest way to save money on your groceries. There are a lot of different ways you can meal plan. There's not a right or wrong. The way I like to plan, I've got a video, I'll have it playing up here at the end, but I like to shop my pantry and my freezer first. I look at what I already have on hand, food that's going to go bad if I don't use it up. And I will plan meals around that first. Before I go to the grocery store, before I buy anything, I can usually figure out a few meals. I also like to plan in our schedule. If we have a crazy busy day, like our Tuesdays, I swear every single activity for our kids is on a Tuesday evening. On Tuesdays, I plan a crock pot meal so I can stick it in the morning and I don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, if I wait till we all get home, I'm tired, we won't want to make something. I also like to plan in lazy days, weekends. I know by experience, if I plan a fancy meal on a Saturday, it's probably not gonna happen. So it's okay to be lazy, just plan for being lazy. When my husband and I go out on date nights, a lot of times if we're gonna go out to eat for dinner, we will plan mac and cheese and a frozen veggie for the kids. I also love doing a leftover night. I don't do it every single week, but most weeks, Saturday night is a leftover night, which means we open up the fridge, we pull out every leftover we have, because usually we don't have a ton of leftovers to do a repeat meal for the entire family, but we usually have 1 or 2 servings of something left over. So we pull it all out, everyone grabs what they want, we eat that for dinner. I don't have to buy anything, I don't have to prepare anything. There's hardly any dishes. It's the easiest for Saturday nights, and that's what works for me. Grocery pickup is another great way to save. This avoids impulse purchases. You do your shopping online so you know what the total is before you get to the checkout line. So if you're going way over budget, you can pull stuff out of your cart before you get to the cashier. So I like to do grocery pickup. I know a lot of people do grocery delivery. I just personally haven't tried it yet. I think it very well might be worth a little bit of extra money to avoid going to the store and the time it takes. I just haven't tried it yet. For now, I love doing grocery pickup. I know a lot of people's hang up on grocery pickup or food delivery is the produce. So if I'm buying a lot of produce, I will still do a grocery pickup, but then right before I go to get my pickup, I'll go into the store to get my produce and then grab my pickup and take it home. If you've tried grocery delivery, let me know in the comments below whether it's been good or bad experience for you. I like to limit grocery shopping to once a week or less, because every time you run into the store, even if you're running in for one thing, you will come out with a lot more than what you went in for. So if you do shopping once a week, this means you have to have a plan, but you can plan for an entire week or longer and pick up all the stuff you need and follow the plan. If you run out of something or decide to have friends over and you want to make something, get creative. Don't run to the store to buy more. Meat is expensive. It's a huge part of the cost for meals. We are not vegetarians. We do eat meat. Majority of our meals have meat in them, but I plan meals where meat is not the main attraction. It's not a steak with the side of veggies. It's something with meat mixed into it. I like things where you can shred the meat or mix it with beans and other things so that it goes a lot further. This means you need a lot less meat. There are a lot of recipes out there. Here are some. I'll put a link. I've got a video of my 5 favorite right up here that I use all the time that are relatively cheap. Also, speaking of meat, I like to buy it when it's on sale and freeze it or can it for later. I don't ever want to pay full price. So when it is on sale, I will buy a bunch and I portion it into meal size. I don't freeze it all at once. I freeze it into smaller individual portion bags for meals for the future. So I never have to pay full price. I've already got a bunch on hand in my freezer. That does mean that you need to know what a good price is. So when you're first getting started, I like to keep a little notebook or a notes tab on my phone showing me what a normal price is for something. Once you get the hang of it, you know what a good price is. For example, $1.99 used to be the regular price for chicken. And for example, $1.99 used to be a good price for chicken. So I knew that if I ever saw chicken for $1.99 or less, that's when I would stock up. Now it's gone up. So now I know it's $2.29. When I see it for $2.29 or less, that's when I stock up. So knowing what good prices are helps you to stock up when you see things on a good price. I am a huge fan of generic. It can be up to 40% cheaper than the name brand. There are a few things I don't like generic. I think it tastes different, but majority of it is done in the same factory. It's the same thing, just has different labels. So when it's an option, I buy generic. Also buying things when they're in season, produce especially. First of all, it tastes so much better, but that's when it is cheap. If you've ever gone to buy something out of season, it's insanely expensive. So stick to things that are in season. If you want to see that video on how I do my meal planning, check it out up here. Otherwise, make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell so you can get notified when I share my budget with you and any other money saving tips. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.